shot glass holder. Beginner laser project number 14. I'm going to show you how to make these out of some Dollar Tree wood. Coming up. Hi, I'm Roger. Welcome to the shop. And as I mentioned, this was beginner laser project number 14. This is a very easy project to do. We're using some wood from Dollar Tree. But there's something you're going to have to do when you go to pick this up at your local Dollar Tree. And that is, if you have one, take a caliper with you, because some of these are 3mm and some are 4mm. So you're going to need two pieces. These are 1.25, and there's actually a string on it to hang, but you need to remove that because you don't want any strings attached to this project. The reason I mentioned the thickness is I was at a Dollar Tree here, and they had a new shipment of these, and I just grabbed the whole stack because I use these a lot. And I noticed when I was working on this project that they were not all the same thickness. Some were 3mm, some were 3.5mm, some were 4mm. So I kind of sorted through. For this project, there will be files there'll be a link in the description where you can download these files for free and make your own. And there's a set in there for 3mm and a set for 4mm. And the main difference is not going to be on the shelves or the upper part here. It's going to be on the ends and how your wood fits into there and how tight it's going to be when you do your glue up. So yeah, a millimeter doesn't sound like a whole lot, but when you're trying to glue something together, if you've got a millimeter of slop, that's a lot. So I'll take you on the computer here. I'll show you what some of these parts and pieces are and what the settings are. Okay, here we are in LightBurn, and I have these laid out with the tool paths, and they're grouped. So if you need to take this apart, just click on this and go up here to ungroup it, and then you can take pieces out of this and move them or do whatever you like, or if you're using different shapes of wood. So I'm going to keep this grouped. So I prefer to cut these one plank at a time. You could put the plank side by side and run it that way if you like. I'm running this one here presently, so I'm going to just kind of move it up out of the way. And these are in the library, which will also be included. I'll get this down here and I'll get that centered in my workspace, and I'll have that ready to cut on the next one. Again, the difference here between the ends is the size of the slots here. This piece and these two pieces will be the same whether it's 3mm or 4mm. It's your ends that are going to make the difference. And again, everything's over here in the library. You can grab those and pull them in and do whatever size piece of wood you have to do your layout on. Something else you may want to do, as you saw there on the computer there, that wasn't all that tough to get laid out, and the tool path is already there for this size wood, and you can put them side by side and run them both at the same time if you like. I'm running one at a time here as I'm measuring my wood carefully. Bring a little something up. You may want to measure your shot glasses. When I did my first design and made one, this is it right here. This is my X1 prototype. And yes, the shot glass fits in there just fine. The problem is when you go to take it out, you can't lift it straight up and out. I didn't make it quite high enough, so you would have to actually tip it. Well, that you'd spill the goodies then, so you don't want to do that. It did fit a little bit better over here on the side, but you still couldn't really get it straight out of there. So therefore, I made it taller, and I made it a lot taller because not all shot glasses are the same. This isn't really for shooters. If you're going to do shooters, you need to adjust your diameter here, and you may need to make that a little taller. But here you could pick this up easily without spilling anything. Another thing I found was that not all shot glasses have the same diameter. I have a third one that was on our bar that has kind of a crystal shaped base, and it won't fit in these holes. But these here do, they're 44mm diameter. So you could always measure your shot glass and make sure before you cut these. And for this project, I'm using the xTool D1. This is a 10 watt laser. If you have a 20 watt, you will need to crank the power down, and if you have a 5 watt, you'll need to crank the power up and run some tests. Do a little test cut out of a corner. Make sure you're getting a good clean cut. Here I'm using for the fill, and make sure you do your fill part first. 3,000 millimeters per minute, 50% power. And for my cuts, I'm doing 350 millimeters per minute and 90% power in 2 passes. It does more or less cut this in 1 pass. However, if you get a weird little green thing in there, it's going to hang, and when you go to drop your part out, you're not going to have a clean cut. You're going to be screwing around with an X-Acto knife, or it's going to splinter. So therefore, just to be on the safe side here, I'm making 2 passes. And there's a little bit of a close-up of one of these put together. I'll show you a little bit about the difference here in these ends. This is for the 3 millimeter. This is 3 millimeter plywood. So you see we got a nice tight fit there. This isn't glued, that's just a press fit. Now for the 4 millimeter, if you were to be using the 4 millimeter, this is pretty sloppy over here. As you can see, you're not going to get a good tight. You're not going to get a good tight fit there. So you want to have that tight fit. So if you've got 4 millimeter plywood, you'll use the 4 millimeter pattern for the ends, the 3 millimeter, obviously the 3 millimeter end. Is hold them side by side there, you can see the difference. Or if I put one over the other, get them even there, you can see the difference in there. And here's why it's important to measure this stuff when if you can, when you're shopping for it. So this particular shape here is 3.1. This plank shape that I just cut some pieces out of is 3.7. Depending on where you measure it. 3.6 there, 3.9 there. So here you're getting into the 4 millimeter size, and it makes it a little tricky sometimes. That's why you have to measure carefully. This is from the 3 millimeter plywood that I just cut, and it actually measures 3.2. And this here that I cut for the 4 millimeter is actually 3.7. So there again, if these are not expensive, I don't recommend getting the Harbor Freight one because it likes to turn itself on all the time. If you just bump it, it'll turn itself on, and then it'll run the battery down. So there's a lot of other brands out there. They're not expensive. You can get one for under $15 if you look. You're not building a space shuttle, so you don't need a real high-end Starrett or anything. Oh, what am I using to assemble these? I'm using CA glue, a lot of different brands. I'm also using an accelerator so I can get through this quick. If you're not experienced with using an accelerator, once you put the CA glue on your piece, you spray the accelerator on, and then you have like 2 seconds to get it where you need it. If you're not comfortable doing that, leave the accelerator out of it and just use the glue. There's a lot of different brands. There's Tight Bond, which I also use. Picked this up here a while back, and they all have an expiration date, and it's going to expire. It says 3/17 of 2023. Well, that's not too far from now, and I got quite a bit in that bottle yet, although it doesn't really go bad if you keep it tightly capped. Okay, getting our final pieces cut there, and it looks like they're just about done. Okay, to assemble this, just put the pieces together. A little tapping may be necessary to get everything seated tight. And I am doing this without the accelerator right here. Putting a little bit of CA glue on the ends there where it needs to be. And once you're satisfied with how it looks, you can just let the glue dry, or you could take a little bit of accelerator and just spray those spots. And you're good to go. And there again, it's very easy to take your glass in and out without spilling it. Okay, one last thing. This is a matter of preference on how you want your project to look when it's done. If you want your ends flush like this, so they do not protrude at all. You'll need to shorten this, the shelves and the top piece by 2 millimeters. You'll need to shorten it by 2 millimeters. If you would like it, and this is my preference here, is to have it, a little glue there. I like mine sticking out just a little bit. Kind of a, I just like that look. So it's entirely up to you. If you do not want that sticking out like this, you need to shorten this piece, and this piece by 2 millimeters. So there it is, shot glass holder for 3 shot glasses. Okay, so why 3? I'm sure somebody's going to ask that. Why didn't you make it for 4 or 6? Or you can make any length you want. Once you get experienced in working in LightBurn, and incidentally this entire project was designed in LightBurn. I didn't use CAD program or anything. I did it all right in LightBurn. I saw something similar to this and I just took off with that idea and then designed my own pieces, sized them for both 3 millimeter or 4 millimeter plywood. And the reason for the 3 shot glasses, I have some I'm going to do dye sublimation on and label them. And one will say yours, one will say mine, and the other one will say also mine. That's the way I roll. So if you got anything out of this, appreciate you getting a thumbs up, always helps the channel. Look at the end here, there's a playlist of other beginner laser projects if you're interested or just starting out. There'll be a link in the description on where to download these files from our website, no charge. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.